I abandoned my girlfriend because I thought she was unfaithful to me. 4 years later she married my best friend and I discovered something horrifying. I was 21 when my girlfriend of 8 years got pregnant with another man and left me for him. I fell into depression and was fired from my job because I began to decline at work. My best friend Robert helped me get up and get a new job. When I turned 23 I met Sienna. She was a new friend of my cousin. We met and I quickly asked her out. She accepted and over time we became a couple. I was quite toxic towards her. I wanted to know where she was all the time and with whom. Sienna refused to indulge this type of behavior because she said that if she agreed to this over time I would get worse, that I should trust her. In all other aspects our relationship was quite good. I began to heal and the relationship and bond became stronger. We started living together, we lasted 6 years together and they were the best years of my love life. Sienna and Robert eventually became good friends. One Friday night I had to stay to work overtime to do some reports for the end of the quarter at that time. Sienna, Robert and other friends went out drinking. I got home around 12:30 and Sienna still wasn't there. I started calling her and her cell phone was off. Robert sent me a message asking if I was already home and I answered yes. He sent me a photo of Sienna and a man unclothed in a bed sleeping. He texted I was looking for Sienna to bring home and I found her like this. After crying uncontrollably I took several of my things and went to my sister's apartment. I texted Sienna that she was a beach and had to get out of my apartment by Sunday and proceeded to block her. When I got to my apartment on Sunday, her things were gone. In the first few weeks she never tried to approach me to talk or apologize. It got so bad because she helped me so much to overcome the previous infidelity and she herself was unfaithful to me. I walked away and avoided anyone who talked about Sienna. My best friend supported me and said that she wasn't worth it, that it was better to realize it now and not in the future when we were married. About 3 months passed and I decided to go to another state. I got a job and a small place to stay where I could adapt. I met several women but the relationships never lasted long. I never had social networks. I had communication with Robert but over time it became non-existent. 6 months ago I decided to download Facebook. I found my sister and checking her friends list I found Robert. In marital status he said married. Checked the photos of him and he married Sienna a year ago. I asked my sister about them and she said that they didn't know anything about Robert's life since I left. They have seen him at most 10 times in these 4 years but they never started a real conversation. I wrote to one of my friends on Facebook at that time, and he did have contact with Robert. I asked him about it and he told me that Robert and Sienna became very close because Robert supported Sienna after her altercation. He also called me an idiot for abandoning Sienna in her state even though she always supported me. I asked him what she was referring to, as I didn't know what she was talking about. He asked for my number and called me a few minutes later. Apparently that night they started drinking a lot, several of them left Sienna alone. After a while Roberto sent me the image, they woke up Sienna and she didn't remember anything. The guy that was next to Sienna ended up roping her. She was very bad, especially after I kicked her out of the house. She never contacted me because she was really in a bad way. She went to therapy and when she wanted to look for me she found out that she was pregnant. Robert supported her all the time. She ended up losing the baby. They started dating later, got married and apparently now she is pregnant. I told my friend that I didn't know anything about that. I always believed that she was unfaithful to me and that Robert never tried to correct me in that regard. I really feel terrible, mentally worn out with so much crap because I still love Sienna. Should I contact Robert or Sienna?